So here's Toto after the journey. Uh, she's actually not as dirty as she was. You can see the bug carnage is pretty severe, but it's actually less than it was earlier in the journey. The radiators are clear. There will be a photo of that where they were packed like cement and the bike almost did overheat. Actually, it kind of did get to the hot end, but I immediately saw it and pulled over. We hosed out the radiators with some water bottles. That was entertaining. And got to Coldfoot where I was able to actually clear them out much better with a real hose and stuff. So no major issues there. The biggest issue with the motorcycle was the fork seals. As you can see, the fork seals are completely blown. I actually put a little rag down here to try and mitigate some of the oil getting on the brake calipers. It's totally saturated right now. I have new fork seals, new bushings. I'm basically going to rebuild the forks from inside and everything out. But what that did do is coat the engine in a nice film of fork oil. So everything is 100% waterproof now because it's coated in oil. Both sides, all my crash bars. So definitely needs some major cleaning. As you can see, the bike does need some cleanup. The pack out, which I didn't really go over, but this is how I wound up with it. The two hard cases, I have a hard pannier on each side, a bag on top of each, a main bag in the middle there, and then I had spare water and spare fuel, my toolkit, and then the bear spray because I don't like grizzlies, so I wanted to make sure I was safe. And then I had the hippo hands, and I needed them up in Alaska. It did get cold enough for the hippo hands. I have the tank bag and the Garmin, and I will tell you the Garmin is fantastic. You don't need to worry about cell signal. You always have a map. It got me where I needed to go. I wouldn't go anywhere without one, to be honest. Totally believe in the Garmin and the GPS system. It was fantastic. But basically, this pannier here, the hard pannier on this side, it has my camp kitchen and my laptop. And I actually brought a tarp, which I never actually used, but it did fill that space and it fit very well in there. So if I did need a tarp for any reason, I did have one. Then the bag on the top right there, that bag was my daily clothes and so forth like that. Basically, my flip-flops were my camp shoes and so forth. The bag in the middle housed my other jacket. I had a full mesh summer jacket that I wore probably 80% of this trip. And then when the weather got cooler, I took the full Alpine Stars Andy's 3.0 jacket out of there and wore that for probably the last third of the journey. It got chilly enough that I needed a full jacket, not a mesh jacket. But currently there's the quilted liners for the jacket and my pants in there, and most of the cold weather accessory stuff that I would need that bag had. My toiletry bag, extra camera stuff for the Insta360 that I use, some towels, things like that. That was what that center bag was. And then, like I mentioned, I have the Roto pack set up. The top one is water. The bottom one is fuel. Then I have my tool roll on the back here. And that came in very handy. And I used the rock straps. Those things are amazing to hold that on. And then on this pannier over here, the metal pannier had my camp chair, my first aid kit, some other necessity things, coffee, some food items, things like that in it. And then the top bag here, this old first gear dry bag, which still works amazing. That was basically my entire house. That had my tent, my sleeping bag, my air mattress, my pillow, the lamps that I use in the tent, the XPED widget pump, all of that stuff was in that bag. So that was basically my house. So that's how that got packed out. And then the tank bag was most of my daily things I needed to get to. So my phone would go in there. I have all my charging cords in there. and then various other things. I actually brought home 2 glasses, souvenir glasses, that I knew would be safer in the tank bag than anything else. So they were in there. And so that's what the tank bag had, and some WD-40, because you need that to clean out your locks and stuff, because they get gummed up with all the Dalton dirt. But as you can see on this side of the bike, she's pretty dirty. Not as bad as the other side, but I have washed this once. So the bugs were incredible. The amount of mud and bug guts is pretty impressive. But and then hippo hands. I can't say enough about these things. They've come in handy. They're easy to install, easy to remove. When I was riding through the night, I did an 1,193 mile final day. Figured I'd end this trip with an iron butt. And when I did that, it got cold on the way home through the night there. So I was able to just grab the hippo hands from under the bungee net in the back and throw them on. And it really helped. It kept my hands nice and toasty. Those things are a really good investment. Very, very fond of the hippo hands. They've worked out well on this trip. My Denali lights, flawless. They've worked fantastic. Highly recommend Denali Electrics. Their products are really good. But overall, there she is. What's left after going 14,600 miles plus on a epic cross country up to the Arctic Ocean journey. This bike is phenomenal. I would not trade it for anything. The Africa Twin is a phenomenal machine. And like I said, this Trail Max Mission, that tire right there has 14,600 plus miles on it, and it still has tread left. I can probably ride this for a little longer. Like, they are incredible tires. If the rear tire didn't have plugs in it, I probably would have ridden that home. It still had some tread left. So I'm very impressed with those tires. I will be putting more on there. So there you go. That's the Africa Twin after the journey. This trip was amazing, and I look forward to showing you more about it. So have a great night, and remember, go wander. There's a lot to see. Life is a journey.